Hey everybody! So today I am making dinner and I decided that I wanted to show you guys some of my favorite recipes. So I'm going to start doing some recipe videos for everybody while as I'm cooking because I like to cook and maybe you'll see something you haven't done before. Maybe I'll inspire somebody. Maybe I'll get some ideas from all of you. Feel free to chime in. But today I'm going to do a broccoli and cheese and rice casserole type dish. I say type of dish because I'm not actually going to put it in the casserole dish and do all this extra stuff to it, although you can. But today we are going to start with my husband's favorite kind of rice. This is an awesome rice. We actually get it at the Asian market and it is amazing for sushi, and my husband loves sushi, so it's the one that we get. I like wild rice. I think it has a better flavor, better texture, but this stuff actually cooks really, really well. And I have this, I'm so spoiled. So I have my little rice maker here, and this is just a run-of-the-mill, cheap line rice cooker. I used to do all of my rice in a pot and pan as normal, and then my husband bought this when he was living away. We were living separate for like 4 months while he was away at work, and bought this, and I have just absolutely fallen in love with it. And it has little markings on the side, and it comes with a little cup, and this is just one little cup of, what's this? And with the rice maker, one thing that's an added step that I didn't really care for was with the rice maker you want to wash your rice. You want to get as much of the starch out as you can. That way you get a good sticky rice instead of like a gooey, mushy type rice. So I'm going to wash the rice thoroughly. Alright, so I have washed out my rice and I have filled it. I put one scoop and I put it in there and rinsed it out, and then if you can see on here we have the little lines, and I filled the water to that one line mark is on this side of the screen there. And then we're just going to put the lid on it, plug it in, that little light comes on, it's saying warm, you push the lever to cook, and in about 20 to 25 minutes the rice will be cooked perfectly. Okay, so for this one, for this particular broccoli, cheese, and rice, I bought some frozen broccoli, and I'm also going to add some frozen cauliflower. Now I got the frozen ones because they tend to be cheaper, but I make sure that I get the ones without any preservatives or without any salt or nothing added to it. It's just the vegetable. And so I'm going to open this and cut these up, and then I'm going to boil them until they're all soft and wonderful and awesome. And then to add a little bit extra to it, give it a little more flavor, I'm going to, because this is what I have. Now, in the grocery store, you can buy all kinds of meat substitute products, and there's actually a meatless crumble that you can buy with varying brands depending on where you go. But because I have them, I'm going to take my Morningstar grillers, which are veggie burger patties. I have 2 of them. I am probably only going to use one, but we'll see how much that it actually turns out to make, and we'll probably have leftovers. So I'll probably only use one, but I might use 2 if I'm really in the hankering for a veggie burger. I'm going to actually cut these up and boil them with the vegetables so that they're cooked all the way through also. Okay, so while the vegetables are boiling with the veggie burgers and the rice is almost finished, I am prepping my cheese. I'm just shredding cheese, and today I'm using cheddar cheese. It's a beautiful thing. And you'll notice I'm wearing a hat today. So today I went and I hiked down by our house. Well, okay, it's like a 20-minute drive. Is the William B. Umstead State Park. So I went down there and I hiked the 6-mile trail out there that's on the southwest end down there. And it was just such a beautiful day. But because I wore a hat the whole time, I love wearing hats when I'm in the woods because it keeps the sun off my eyes and it keeps my hair all in one spot, and I don't have to worry about it. It totally messed up my hair. So I was like, there's no way. going to not wear a hat while I did this video and prep all this stuff. So let's go see that our rice is finished, and I'm going to go unplug it while we wait for the vegetables. Okay, so the vegetables and the veggie patties are done boiling, and I've just taken this large knife, and I like to cut up into smaller pieces my broccoli and cauliflower. I don't like having huge amounts of cauliflower or broccoli. And then also it'll help crumble up the burger patty that's in there too. Not burger patty, veggie patty, my bad. Just shake it up a little. And I have it in a strainer here over my sink, straining out all the water. So this is my pan here that we're going to actually mix everything in. There is my meat and vegetable mixture. Ooh, steamed up there. Okay, so we're at that point. What am I going to do to season it? Now, everything is done cooking. I have my whole bowl of cheese, but first thing is first. So I consider myself a rather light seasoner, and I am going to season the vegetables rather than the rice. And I'm just going to put a dash of salt in there. And keep in mind, cheese tends to be salty, so I try not to use a whole lot of it. Now, I like the fresh ground pepper, so I have a pepper grinder. My husband and I both like a lot of pepper. And then you cannot forget the garlic powder, one of my ultimate favorite tools. Scott and I both love garlic, and we use it in a lot of things, but you don't want it to like overpower all the other flavors, so I just add a little tiny bit. And then a little bit of parsley. Parsley and garlic are probably my two go-to seasonings for anything. I use them in so much, that and pepper. So I have a huge bowl here of cheese, and I'm just going to put half of the cheese in right now with the vegetables. And this is a lot of vegetables. This is going to make a lot of food. I'm so excited. So one of the other things that I love about the rice cooker is that it keeps the rice hot for a really long time while it sits there to finish setting. So it's still steamy. And I'm going to put that over top of my veggies. And you kind of want those vegetables to be cooked to that point where they're not totally mushy, but they're not crunchy. And then I'm going to mix it like so. So we are mixing. And it's all nice and hot and steamy. And again, if you wanted to, you could preheat your oven to like 350, put it in a casserole dish, spread some cheese on top, do different kinds of cheeses, and put it in for maybe 10-15 minutes if you do it this way with everything cooked. And put it in for 10-15 minutes and have just this beautiful, ooey gooey, steamy, wonderful rice vegetable casserole. And then if you wanted to add other meats to make it not vegetarian, that is totally awesome also. My husband is not a vegetarian, but because I don't buy meat to cook around the house anymore, the only time he really eats it is if we go out. And he's hardly even noticed, so I take that as a good sign. And here is the finished product. Nom nom, looks like gruel. It's wonderful. And today I'm going to be serving it with a salad. And this is just iceberg lettuce with a little bit of shredded carrot that I shredded because I had some, and some of the cheddar cheese, and then I used a little bit of balsamic vinaigrette. which is actually really good, and I have it here because I would recommend it to anyone. So I use the Ken's Steakhouse honey mustard, and it is amazing. And I got this, so I was looking at different balsamic vinaigrettes, and I was like, you know what, I like Ken's Steakhouse, let's try their vinaigrette, and I love it. So that is what is on the dressing on my salad today. So that's one of my favorite recipes. You can always put a little spin on it. You can use Velveeta or different kinds of cheeses and experiment with it all kinds of different ways. But that's how I made it today, and that's what I put it with today. And I'm going to put the recipe in the description below in case anybody wants to know what I did specifically. And I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I look forward to doing some more.